guys anticipate naming a starting quarterback?
That's a decision completely up to the head football coach. So we're just trying to get better every single day, and each guy trying to improve. And when they get their opportunity to get in there with the offense, move the ball down the field. So,
what are some of the things you've seen separating Miller from Jaden, Jaden from Jake?
And that all these guys are having a great camp. Like the consistency from spring to now with all three guys when they're getting their reps, like truly all three of these guys are doing a really, really good job. You know, right now an individual focus on, you know, because when you're in training camp, okay, you're identifying the things that, all right, what do we need to get better at? That's why they call it training camp. Like everything's not perfect right now. So what are some of the points each day that, hey, this is a play, or this is a check, or this is a coverage recognition, whatever that category is, what each day can we strive to improve on? So the focus is always going to be on that, not anything exterior. Again, you got a big circle, okay? The big circle is all distractions, worrying about what other people say. The little circle is focusing on what you can control, okay? And each guy can control their execution, their enthusiasm, okay? And all those guys are doing a tremendous job of just focusing on what they can control, and that's getting better each and every day.
Coach, what have you seen just Miller Moss and his progression since spring practice to now in fall camp?
You know, he's doing a great job taking care of the football. That's certainly one thing. Obviously, as a quarterback, naturally, you know, when you're 10 years old and you're in the backyard and you're a quarterback, what's the first thing you usually do? Tell your buddy to go deep, right? So, you know, I played the position as well. So just taking what the defense gives him, just doing a really good job of just trusting his progression, trusting what he sees, and just really just moving the ball down the field and being very, very efficient.
Outside of knowing the playbook a little bit better, where have you seen Jaden maybe take the biggest steps?
Just the communication piece. Obviously, you know, playing the quarterback position, you become essentially an extension of the staff, and certainly the communication with him and Coach Riley, you know, prior to the snap is big. So just his communication, his confidence pre-snap, like knowing what the progression is, knowing based on the certain look where his eyes should start. So just overall, just him being comfortable and him being able to get up there, communicate efficiently. Yeah, completely. And you know, and he knew that was going to happen. Obviously, coming in last spring, learning a whole new language. But he's certainly so much more comfortable, you know, pre-snap communication, getting up there. And now he can just react and go play ball rather than thinking through 30 different scenarios. But he's done a really nice job improving that.
He's a guy who's been through just a lot of different stops, like in high school and UNLV last year.
Yeah.
Just very different kind of learnings of the quarterback position. Do you kind of see that when you look at him, that he's been taught a lot of different things by a lot of different guys, and you kind of, you know, there are things with kind of his technique and development that, you know, you don't necessarily need to set straight, but just kind of continue progressing towards.
Yeah, I mean, he's from day one, you know, it's you come in here and it's a clean slate. He's done a really good job of buying into everything that we do schematically and what goes along with it fundamentally. So really haven't seen a ton of issues as far as like, oh, we got to break this habit or we got to break that. Every day it's just been like, hey, this is how we do it, this is how we read it, this is the proper footwork for this play, or this is the proper play action. He's just done a great job embracing, and he studies a lot, like all these quarterbacks. That's one thing about all the kids in our room. Football is extremely important to them. Every day they show up with a great attitude. Every day they help each other out. So really, you know, for him, I think it was just a clean slate. He embraced it, and he's done a good job of learning how to operate within this system.
I think it was just talking about how his offensive style has evolved over the years as he's been a coach.
Sure.
Obviously, some of that is personnel, and you changed that. How is this year's quarterback group? Maybe what are some of the things you guys are approaching or doing differently than the group you had last year in the room?
I mean, you know, the thing about this offense, you know, it's an awesome system, you know, and you really look at it too. It's not like in the history of this thing that we're asking the quarterback to run the ball 35 times. Now, obviously, when it presents itself, when, you know, the defense has fully committed themselves to coverage and they turn their backs to us, there's going to be opportunities. And all three of our guys that take reps, all are good enough athletes, certainly to use their feet when appropriate and get yards with their feet if they need to. But also there's that case of buying time, you know, with your feet to keep your eyes downfield and scramble, which all these guys can do as well. But this system has so much diversity. You know, truly, this system can fit to any type of quarterback style. Again, you know, you're going to still see a lot of the same things that you've seen in the Lincoln Riley offense, and our focus is just to execute it to the best of our ability.
Miller talked at Media Day with me about playing chess as a kid and how that's kind of affected the way he thinks about quarterbacking. I guess I wondered, just watching him, working with him a little bit, can you sort of sense with the way his brain works that kind of had a positive impact on him, that sort of strategic?
Yeah, and I kind of mentioned before, you know, with Miller, he's somebody that's going to put everything he's got into it. He's somebody that's going to show up every single day prepared. And I think one thing he takes great pride into is that every time he approaches the line of scrimmage, whatever the play call is, he's going to have a plan. You know, obviously what's presented to you across the ball is going to have a say in that, but just being prepared for every scenario, truly having a plan with each play. So yeah, you know, I don't have a big chess background. I certainly would not challenge Miller in that game, but I could see a little bit of equivalent there for sure.